Hey there, welcome to Product Marketing Maestros, Tales from the Frontlines. I'm your host, Nitin Karthik. As the author of the Amazon bestseller Product Marketing Wisdom, I've always found that real-world case studies are the true litmus test for the effectiveness of any product marketing strategy. And that is why in this show, we dive into the minds of industry titans, as well as rising stars, unpacking their expertise in action-packed episodes that showcase the power of product marketing through real-world case studies. Today, my friends, we are joined by product marketing maestro Hande Kahraman. Hande is a global product marketing leader at DataSnipper and a product marketing alliance ambassador. With over 4 years of experience in B2B SaaS, she has built and scaled product marketing from the ground up, driving DataSnipper's growth from early stage to unicorn status with 750,000 users across 125 and more countries. Hande leads go-to-market strategy, product launches, pricing, competitive intelligence, and enablement while mentoring a team of PMMs. She has spearheaded multiple high-impact launches, including Gen AI products, and contributed to DataSnipper's recognition as a Gartner Cool Vendor. Passionate about simplifying complexity, she crafts customer-centric narratives that accelerate adoption and growth. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute honor to welcome Hande Kahraman. Hande, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Nitin. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. It's great to be here, and thank you for having me on your show.
Absolutely fabulous. I love it. And Hande, today we're going to pick a situation from your experience, and we will share that with the audience using the ABC framework. So we'll talk about the antecedents, the prior challenges. We'll talk about the behaviors, the actions that you took, and then we'll talk about the conclusion, how things played out. So with that, Hande, pick a situation from your experience and tell us what were the antecedents, what were the prior challenges?
Yeah. So today I want to talk about the one of the releases that we did when it comes to our Gen AI product. When we first gave a sneak peek of our Gen AI capabilities into the DataSnipper platform, the reaction we got from our customers were super positive. They were very excited to be trying out this new functionality. They loved the idea of having this magic wand where they can instantly find, extract, summarize, analyze data from complex documentation. But very quickly, we ran into a challenge that many SaaS companies are actually still trying to solve. How do we actually monetize Gen AI responsibly? We had several layers within this problem. The first one being is AI costs are actually very high, higher than traditional tech costs. So the more users are engaging with your AI functionality, the higher that your cost is also climbing. The second one is customer expectation didn't match the reality. So because of the limited awareness of AI costs, customers assumed that these new features would cost about the same as our regular platform. This created a clear education gap that we needed to solve. We needed to explain why AI is different, how the cost structure works, and why responsible usage of AI matters to them as well. And finally, we realized that traditional SaaS pricing models actually doesn't fit AI. So we couldn't just monetize it per seat or per month, just like a regular feature. So for us, the challenge was very clear. We needed to educate customers, we needed to protect adoption, and we needed to come up with a monetization model that feels fair, transparent, but also scalable while ensuring that we're bringing innovation to our customers.
Beautiful. I love that. And I can tell you, Hande, so many people in the audience must be struggling with similar challenges. So now that we've set up the antecedents, now, Hande, let's talk about the behaviors. So how did these challenges guide the actions that you and your team took?
Absolutely. So as the PMM lead, I partnered very closely with the product, finance, and sales teams to tackle this challenge, both from a business perspective, but also from a customer perspective. We started by mapping the perceived value versus the actual costs that we were having. We were identifying which AI use cases delivered the most measurable value for customers and which were most expensive for us to run. Then we conducted a willingness to pay interviews with customers to test the pricing tolerance, but also the perception of value. And one insight during those interviews really stood out to us, that customers were willing to pay more when they actually understood what they were paying for and why. So we noticed that transparency was key to build the trust. And as a company, of course, after gathering all this research and data, we decided to take a balanced approach that would both protect the product adoption and facilitate the product adoption, but also enabling monetization. So we introduced fair usage limits for our GenAI functionality, allowing customers to freely experiment without fear of having unpredictable AI costs. We built educational content and enablement materials for our sales and CS teams to help them navigate the conversation of why does it cost more? Why do I need to pay more? So that they can enter those conversations more confidently. And we tied everything together to make it under a clear positioning narrative. So we treated AI as a trusted productivity layer, not a luxury feature. So this approach really shifted the conversation from cost to value, which sometimes can be very difficult to do. So very happy that it turned out positive for us.
Beautiful. Look at that. What a sequence of actions that you've taken. Now, Hande, I think everyone is waiting for the conclusion. So bring it home. So tell us, how did the situation play out for you?
Well, very happily that the results were incredibly encouraging. We saw up to 60% increase in usage per active user, which showed that customers were genuinely interacting with the feature and finding new repeatable use cases for themselves. And what we also saw that month over month, we observed steady constructive growth in engagement per user. It proves that by removing that monetary friction and building trust, people felt comfortable exploring the future more deeply and integrating AI into their daily workflows. Um, I can also say that in short, users were not just paying for AI, the perception that they were just using it more, getting more value, integrating it into their daily workflows, and they were also actually talking about it more with their colleagues as well. Um, Another point that I also would like to add here is that internally, this project was a great representation of how product marketing can be a strategic function. So it really proved that we're not just doing launches or building sales decks, we're also influencing how the strategy is going for our products. So that was a very, very big win for me as well. I would also conclude with that my biggest takeaway from this journey is when you educate customers transparently and when you price responsibly, you unlock two really important things in business. You unlock customer trust, which is very important, and also sustainable growth.
Beautiful. Look at that. I love that when the whole plan comes together and the results are amazing. Excellent. Very, very well done, Hande. Thank you for taking us through that. Now, Hande, if people wanted to learn more about you and what's next for you, where can they do that?
Yeah. So if people want to know more about my journey in product marketing, they can follow me on LinkedIn. I share my journey, repost some stuff, and just basically all things product marketing. I'm always happy to chat over.
Wonderful. Thank you, Hande. Folks, there you have it. Please reach out to Hande for more insights. And for even more insights, check out my Amazon bestseller, Product Marketing Wisdom, at productmarketingwisdom.com. And see you next time on Product Marketing Maestros.